Hello, welcome to The Update. I'm Abby Smith. To Victoria, police are still trying to piece together how an SUV mounted the curb and smashed into a beer garden, killing 5 people. Emergency services were called to the Royal Hotel in Daylesford just after 6 last night. Superintendent John Fitzpatrick praised those who helped on scene.
It was confronting, but again, it's amazing what people do when others are injured, and there was a lot of people that attended to those that have been injured and killed. So, from that perspective, people have really done the right thing and tried to help.
The driver, a 66-year-old man, was taken to hospital with non-life-threatening injuries. Housing experts say the country should set a long-term target for migration to improve the rental market. Figures from CoreLogic show temporary bans on overseas arrivals causes extreme fluctuations. Head of Research Eliza Owen says the surge in migration following the pandemic should herald a lesson.
It's had some of the biggest impact in rental markets like the inner east of Melbourne, the inner southwest of Sydney and Parramatta, where rents are up around 10% since we reopened borders.
There's been emotional reunions at Sydney Airport overnight where Australians evacuated from Gaza have come home. 12 citizens and family members were flown back on a commercial flight. They're part of 25 who have fled the besieged strip. This man says he's more than grateful to be back home.
We cannot describe it. Very, very scary. It's been 3 weeks for us. We're living a nightmare. We cannot work. We cannot eat. We cannot just this. Thanks for the Australian government and the Foreign Affairs.
67 other Australians are still stuck in Gaza. Meantime, former Prime Minister Scott Morrison is meeting with members of the Israeli Defence Force in a visit to the Jewish state. It's the first visit to Israel of an Australian politician since the current conflict began on October 7. He's travelled to the region with former British PM Boris Johnson. The red carpet has been rolled out for Prime Minister Anthony Albanese as he begins a state visit to China. It's the first visit of an Australian Prime Minister in 7 years, the PM to hold talks with their president. Firefighters in Western Australia are working through the night to contain a large bushfire burning south of Perth. Many residents in the Peel region have been forced to leave their homes as flames threaten properties. And a jury in the US has awarded a man $1.4 million after his landlord stole his cat. Joshua Smith is now a millionaire after the jury ruled his landlord catnapped Frank the Cheshire Cat. Entertainment and sport next. This sports update is brought to you by Ladbrokes, the app that has everything you need to Ladbroke it this spring racing carnival. Imagine what you could be buying instead. For free and confidential support, visit gamblinghelponline.org.au. Alan Kerr, the horse, the retiring Damien Oliver, is set to ride in tomorrow's Melbourne Cup is in doubt. Stewards have been informed the galloper had presented with bruising after track work and will be inspected by vets this morning. Meantime, Vauban trainer Willie Mullins says tomorrow's race is his best chance of winning after coming so close with Max Dynamite in 2015 and 17.
He's as good as Max Dynamite and maybe better. We'll find out that on Tuesday. So he's... it's our strongest chance ever. Probably will be my strongest chance ever.
India remains unbeaten in the ODI World Cup with a powerhouse win over South Africa. The Proteas bowled out for just 83, chasing the home side at 5 for 326. Meanwhile, the Aussies are next in action against Afghanistan tomorrow night. While in the WBBL, the Adelaide Strikers scored a 6-wicket win over the Perth Scorchers. The Melbourne Renegades went down by 7 wickets to the Sydney Sixers. In the AFLW, the fixture for the first week of finals has been locked in. It all kicks off on Saturday with Adelaide playing host to Brisbane and the Swans playing the Suns. On Sunday, Geelong takes on Essendon in an elimination final before Melbourne plays North Melbourne. Novak Djokovic has won the Paris Masters for a record-extending 7th time, the world number 1 defeating Grigor Dimitrov in straight sets this morning. And Western Sydney have come from 2-0 down to secure a draw with Newcastle in the A-League Men's. The 2-2 result is the Wanderers' second draw this season. In entertainment news, Celine Dion has made her second public appearance in a week. The singer seen at Katy Perry's concert overnight, fueling rumours she may be on the comeback trail following her diagnosis of stiff person syndrome. Prince Harry and Meghan Markle were also in the crowd in LA. And it's been a girls' night out for Taylor Swift and her A-list buddies. The singer was seen with Selena Gomez, Sophie Turner, Gigi Hadid and Brittany Mahomes having dinner in New York. And that's the latest from the Nova podcast team. We'll see you this afternoon for another episode of The Update. Bye.